What's going on, everyone? Chris here with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal. We just got to our networking event, but we have about 10 minutes, so I'm going to make a super quick video. And there is a ramen food truck I kind of want to try. So, three things that I have been either learning lately and or have been reminded of that I'm going to try to start implementing in my daily business life. And they are all from the spoken words of a few different professionals in my networking group, amongst a few other things I've just kind of realized over the last month or so. And I wanted to just point them out. Maybe you haven't thought of it and it could be beneficial. And let's just hope that's the case. If it is not beneficial, sorry. So the first thing is actually came from a realtor who specified that networking to offices, like bringing by candy dishes, can be a great way to get your name out there, but it's even better, in his opinion, if you can meet with them one-on-one, whether that is through an event, a networking group, or even just meeting one-for-one, maybe like for a coffee meetup or something. And that's actually something I've done in the past. I would do a work for a realtor with a junk removal job, find out what branch they work for, look up that branch, add a few people from that branch on Facebook, and then direct message them and say, hey, my name is Chris with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal. I just got done doing a job for one of your fellow realtors, Sarah, and I wanted to go ahead and extend my services to you. Maybe we can meet up for coffee sometime, talk a little bit about each other's businesses, and see if we would be a good fit for our clients. And then once you meet them, get to know them a little bit. They're a person. Get to know a little bit about their life, how they got into real estate, their personal life. What you're doing is building rapport with that person. So now there's a little bit of trust behind your name. And now they may think, I really liked him. I'm going to refer him. Screw these other guys. But what you're doing is you're just putting yourself a step ahead of your competition, because now you're technically a professional friend of that other person. So that's just a good way to kind of help stand out. The next thing is to make sure that you are always pushing for reliability for every single job you do, no matter what. Whether you are working for a professional or just a typical homeowner or maybe a whole business, try to be as reliable as possible. Be communicative, show up on time, get the job done, do it for what you said you're going to do it and how you're going to do it, and then leave with everybody happy. It goes a long way for people who do this on a daily basis to have somebody that they can rely on to get the job done. It is a huge factor. I know a lot of people that use specific people all the time, despite how much money they charge or despite how they do something specifically, because they know that the job will get done and their client is going to be happy. That's a big thing to focus on. And then the third thing is to pay attention when somebody is giving you an example and or a problem that they need junk removal for as a solution. And the reason being is you can use these examples in the future. So if you're just starting out and you maybe did a couple of jobs here and there, maybe you haven't done work for a realtor yet, maybe you haven't done work for property management yet, or an apartment building, listen to the kind of problems that they have and then use that as your pitch later on. So we'll use a realtor, for example. A realtor comes in and says, hey, I was happy with their service. You were great. You showed up on time. You got the couch out of there in just 5 minutes, easy peasy. I would love to work with you in the future. I oftentimes have clients who, they just bought a house and the previous person left all his shit everywhere and we need to get it out. Or, they're not taking everything with them and need to leave behind a couple of items, but I can't just have it here. Like, I have a showing next week. So is that stuff that you can take care of? And you say, yes, absolutely. Now, all those examples they just gave you, you're going to write them down. So now when you go to talk to other realtors in the future, you're going to say, hey, this is what we do. Here's how I can help you. Let's say your client just bought a house and the previous tenant left all the crap behind. We come in, we clean out the whole thing. We'll bring a whole team. We'll have a big truck, bags. We'll get everything, the cabinets, the big stuff, the little stuff. Everything will be taken care of. Your client is moving. They're not going to take all the stuff behind. Obviously, the client can't just leave all the stuff in the garage. You have to have a showing soon. We'll come in and get it all out so that way you can get the cleaning company in, make sure your house can get listed as soon as possible. What you are doing in your pitch is introducing yourself, saying what you do as your business. Now you're giving them problems that they often have and you're providing the solution. That is what service is all about. You are providing a solution for a problem. You are problem solving. It's literally what we do. So, using examples, whether you have done it before or not, I've had people call, and this was a commercial account that I wish I got, but they went with the other person. I never found out why until like a month later. I had somebody call. They were cleaning out a store in my area. This store is basically a bunch of aluminum, some drywall, and a crap ton of insulation. Like, it would have built like probably 2 truckloads of just insulation, like the big rolls and fabric. And I quoted them a certain amount. And while I was talking to him, he was telling me that he's the go-to GC for this guy who owns our city mall. He owns 4 plazas that individually have well over 15 to 20 stores each in, and they are constantly doing work on these places because they were old and they need to be up to code. So they have stuff like this all the time. And I didn't get that job, but I remembered all that stuff he told me about. And now I can use that in the future if I ever go talk to a commercial, specialist who deals with this stuff, or a GC, and they usually work on office buildings. I could say, yeah, if you ever have this kind of situation, if you work in a lot of these places where, you need this stuff to get cleaned out as fast as possible so your contractors can go in and get things taken care of, and just name off the examples he gave me. All I'm doing is saying like, hey, I'm familiar with the setting. I know how this works. I know what problems you guys deal with. I have the solution for it. That's all you're doing. So it's just a good way to kind of put some knowledge behind your service, whether you've done it before or not. As long as you know what to do, it's not like you're saying like, yeah, I can install a shower for you when you're not a plumber and you don't know anything about installing showers, and you just lie, then you fuck up, and then it costs thousands of dollars to fix. You're not lying about that. You're doing junk removal. All you're doing is saying, I'm familiar with the situation. I can do my junk removal as normal and take care of it. That's all it is. So that's just things that like you kind of know about, but it's good to hear from time to time. So it kind of like puts a fresh mental note in your mind. So just wanted to put that out there. Maybe something like this is popping up very recently for you, or just happened, and you can use it in the future. Hopefully it helps. We have to head into our event though, and I may or may not try some ramen. We'll see. I'll let you know what kind of bowl I get. But that is it for me. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.